How Johnny Kept His Promise by William Barron. Young Johnny of the Heights were a frolicsome blade, but as decent as lad as ever handled a spade. He could clear 5-bar gate like a deer at a bound. He was strong as a lion and swift as a hound, and at running a race there was no one could go to pace with Johnny for 20 mile round. Now Johnny were courting a young Molly Green, a sweet winsome maiden with soft hazeline, and though Johnny's nature were fearless and rough, with Molly he always were tender enough, and her heart he with pride as he walked at his side, for I knew he were mad at reet stuff. One night when he left her at Cowle cottage gate, he hurried back home, for he knew he'd were late, but nowt like a welcome awaited him there. Thought Johnny, strikes me there's summat wrong here, for his mother was sitting on squab with her knitting, while Cowle mun looked peevish in chair. I'll tell her what, Johnny, his feyther begun, I've getten plump tired of thy carrying on. Yon lass that courting with doesn't suit me, there's not much about her as far as I see. Who's a very nice lass and as rich who might pass, but who's noan a fit partner for thee. I want her to drop off thy courting from now. It's no use thee sobbing and looking so foul. Just put every thought of yon lass at one side. There's nowt never done, lad, afore it's been tried. And thast have it, new suit, and a gowd watch to boot, and an albert to match it beside. While Johnny stood thinking of what he might do, happy thought struck him that's cleared up his brew. Now, feyther, he said, I'll speak out what I mean. If you buy that suit and that gowd watch and chain, from first time they're worn, as true as I'm born, I'll never go courting again. Well, Johnny get donned in his new Sunday best, and he looked summer smart with gold chain on his breast. I'm sure, said his feyther, all neighbours'll say that smartest young fella for miles round this way. But remember, me lad, what thou promised thy dad, thou's finished with courting today. When Johnny went out, he met Molly on sly, and they went to get wed into Cowle church close by. When service were ended at Medham in one, said Johnny, come let's tell Cowle chap what we've done. He's voice in his way, but I fancy today I'll be forced to admit at best mon. When Johnny went back with his newly made bride, Cowle chap stared at both with his een uppons wide. Thou's soon gone and broken thy promise, he said. Nay, Johnny replied, I've kept promise I made. I feel very sure I scorn courting no more, for this morning we went and get wed. The old feller give in when he seed he'd been tricked, and he put up his hands and he owned he were licked. Well, Johnny, he said, as thou's entered in strife, I trust who may met thee a good little wife. Here's to thee, lad, and her, may ye ne'er have a care, but paddle on smoothly through life.